I'm Mary Bubala.
And I'm Kai Jackson. Now, last night, Governor Wes Moore and Mayor Brandon Scott teamed up with other city leaders for a crime walk in northeast Baltimore, promising to build a safer community.
But tonight, questions emerge about the groups already tasked with keeping violence out of that area.
That's right. Baltimore's police union describes a dire staffing situation in the Northeast District. And just blocks away, our cameras captured almost no staff activity outside of the Belair Edison Safe Streets location.
Our team coverage begins with Mackenzie Frost questioning Mayor Scott about what our cameras observed at the Belair Edison site.
We know the Belair Edison Safe Streets location is reopened after it was temporarily suspended following the FBI search warrant that was executed back in October. But what we're uncovering now, following 5 days of surveillance, is raising even more questions.
April 23rd, Belair Road, in front of the Safe Streets site that, according to City Hall, is back open. Fox 45 News observing one person wearing a Safe Streets t-shirt sitting on the steps, just watching, even watching, when in approximately 1:47, two girls allegedly stealing something out of the beauty supply store across the street. The owners seen on video following them down the alley, all while the Safe Streets person sat on the porch steps across the street. Just before 2 o'clock, another person seen on video arriving. The two men walk inside the Safe Streets site, coming back with food around 4 o'clock, and by 8 p.m., no violence interruption activity seen. April 24th, just before noon, the blinds are shut of the Safe Streets building. At 1 o'clock, what appears to be a contractor goes in and out of the building, but no Safe Streets activity observed. April 25th, several people are in and out of the building throughout the day, but no violence interruption activity seen. On Friday, April 26th, the blinds shut all day. For 8 hours, not one person seen coming in or out of the building. The Safe Streets location was temporarily suspended following the FBI execution of a search warrant back in October 2023. That investigation is ongoing. While the FBI won't say much about the scope of the probe, sources close to the investigation tell Fox 45 News it could be connected to gang activity, which would not be new to the Safe Streets program. Fox 45 News has uncovered several examples of Black Guerrilla Family, or BGF, gang members utilizing Safe Streets to further their crimes. Most recently, in January 2024, Tyrell Jeffries pleaded guilty to federal racketeering conspiracy charges. According to the court documents, Jeffries was a BGF member, admitting to using a different Safe Streets site as a clubhouse, storing guns and drugs at the location and plotting other gang-related hits. On May 7th, Fox 45 News went back to the Belair Edison Safe Streets site. This time, when we knocked, two people were inside.
We do have a temporary staff here.
Right.
We're keeping it, moving with community. But reach out to them, okay?
And when can we see you guys out and about doing canvassing or?
It varies. So
Okay.
just reach out,
Jones touches on the temporary staffing plan in place at the Belair Edison Safe Streets site. 2 LifeBridge employees work there, along with 1 permanent Safe Streets worker and 2 employees from the Mayor's Office of Neighborhood Safety and Engagement, or MONSE, which is the office overseeing the implementation of the Safe Streets program citywide. Jones pointing us back to LifeBridge for more answers. Fox 45 News sent several questions to LifeBridge asking for the shift schedules for Safe Streets employees, copies of the employees' time cards, and the number of current employees at each site. LifeBridge telling Fox 45 News it's their policy not to disclose employee information, including time cards and schedules. The names of the Safe Streets workers are already kept secret from the public. Mayor Brandon Scott often cites safety concerns for not revealing those names, but the employees are supposed to be credible messengers in the community, meaning their identities are known already. LifeBridge Health also telling Fox 45 News site schedules typically range from noon to midnight, often including weekends. Each site's schedules are tailored to meet the specific needs of the communities they serve. LifeBridge adds employees may work additional hours as needed to mediate conflicts or staff community events. But remember, Fox 45 News captured video and surveillance from outside the Belair Edison site for 4 days straight from noon to 8 p.m. Either no one showed up, or if they did, they were inside the building for most of the day. And on Saturday, May 4th, the Safe Streets site location seemingly closed. Not one person coming in or out of the building. Fox 45 following up with LifeBridge, asking for a copy of the protocol for Safe Streets workers if they witness a crime. Because again, one person wearing a Safe Streets shirt sat on the steps across the street when two teens allegedly stole items from a store. We also asked for copies of the monthly Safe Streets reports the nonprofits are required to provide Monzi per the city contracts. Those questions ignored. Fox 45 also sending the same questions to Monzi, and again, questions went ignored. So, May 8th, we went to an event held by Mayor Brandon Scott.
It is such a great day for me, for the city of Baltimore.
To question him in person.
Do you believe that this is a waste of taxpayer dollars to pay employees who apparently are not showing up?
So I think that if you know the work of Safe Streets, you know that that work is in the street and not in the office.
So are you saying that the employees don't ever have to go into the office?
No, I didn't say that. Let's be very clear with words. What I'm saying to you is their work to save lives are in the streets. That would be equal to you pulling up to a police district and saying, well, there's no one in here. They're supposed to be out in the street preventing crime.
Mayor Scott says the work of Safe Streets, along with other community violence intervention work, is a reason why Baltimore is seeing fewer homicides and non-fatal shootings. But it's unclear the direct correlation between a reduction in gun violence and the work of Safe Streets, especially when Mayor Scott and City Hall keep the work of Safe Streets workers under wraps, leading to more questions about transparency and effectiveness.
Will you call for an independent investigation to see what employees are doing, given some of the questions that we have raised?
Mackenzie, I just want to be very clear. The voters of Baltimore City independently elect the comptroller of Baltimore to have that authority. So that is independent. The comptroller doesn't follow my direction. He doesn't follow the council president's direction.
We don't know when that fiscal audit will be complete. Meanwhile, after 5 days of surveillance, 3 of those days, not one Safe Streets employee reported to work at the Belair Edison location, begging the question, when are Safe Streets employees earning their taxpayer-funded salaries?
In Baltimore, Mackenzie Frost, Fox 45 News.
I'm Kai Jackson. Thank you for watching. Here's another video to watch. Also, please take a moment to subscribe to our channel.